In this video, we will see how we can set up the Visual Studio Code in order to create and run the .NET applications using the C# programming language. Now, in order to continue with this video, first you have to download and install the latest version of .NET SDK. I have already made a tutorial. I will provide the link in the description box. If it is not installed, then you can watch that video and install the .NET SDK. So the first thing that we do here is we will make sure that the .NET SDK is installed in our computer. So I'm going to click on the start button. I'm going to search for the terminal and I'm going to open up the terminal. And here we just have to type in a command, and that is .NET space --info. When you hit the enter key in here, if you get any error message, then it means that .NET SDK is not installed. You have to install it. If you get a message like this, which displays the information about the .NET SDK that is installed in your computer, then you are good to go. So now I'm going to close this terminal. Now what we do is we will open up the Visual Studio Code. I have already installed Visual Studio Code. Again, if you haven't done that, then the tutorial is available. I will provide the link in the description box. Now the first thing that we do here is we will install some extensions. So I'm going to click on this extensions window here, and then I'm going to search for C# dev kit, and it will display the C# dev kit extension developed by Microsoft. We will install this. Now installing this extension will also install the C# extension developed by Microsoft. So it will do it automatically. We don't have to install it separately. So install the C# dev kit. Now once we have installed this extension, the next thing that we can do is we can set up the workspace in here. So I'm going to click on this file, and then I'm going to say save workspace as, and then I'm going to go to desktop. Here I have already created a folder called as C# learning. You can create a new folder if you want by right clicking and then selecting new and folder. So here I'm going to select this C# learning folder, and I'm going to click on this open. And here inside this folder, I'm going to save this workspace. So I'm going to say C# workspace for the name that I'm going to give for this workspace, and then I'm going to click on this save. Now here in the top section, we can see the workspace that we have saved. The next thing that we do is we will click on this Solution Explorer, and here we can see the options to open up an existing project, or we can create the new projects. So now what I want to do is I want to open a folder in this workspace. So I'm going to click on this open folder, and then I'm going to go to desktop, and then I'm going to go to C# learning folder. And here inside this folder, I'm going to click on this add. Now what it does is it will open up this folder. Now all the projects that I'm going to create using the C# will be here inside this folder. So now what we have to do is we have to create a new project. For that, what we can do is we can click on this view, and then we can go to command palette, or we can go with Ctrl+Shift+P as a shortcut key. And once we do that, it will open up a window, and here we will search for .NET and new project. So once we do that, we get the option here, and after that, we will click on this .NET new project. Now it will open up the terminal and it will start creating the project. The first thing that we have to do is we have to select the type of project. So here I'm going to go with the console app because it's going to be a simple console application. And once I select that, it will ask me to give the name for the project. I'm going to say hello world. You can give any name, and then I'm going to hit the enter key. Now it will ask you where you want to save the project. So I'm going to save it in the default directory, which is nothing but this C# learning folder, and the hello world folder, which will contain the project file, will be placed inside this C# learning folder, which is in my desktop. Otherwise, if you want, you can select a new directory, but I'm going to go with the default directory. And then, we have the option of .sln or .slnx. I'm going to go with the .slnx for the file format. And then finally, we will click on this create project. And once I click on that, the project is created. We can see the hello world folder and then the project files inside this folder. So now here, if I click on this program.cs file, then I can see the console.writeline, which is a simple, C# program, which displays this hello world text on the screen. Now the next thing that we're going to talk here is about, how we can run this program. If you go to the top right section, then you can find this play like icon. If you click on this down arrow, then you can see the option run project associated with this file. If you click on that, the terminal window will open, your project will be built and it will run, and we will be able to see the output. So here we can see we have 0 errors and 0 warnings, and we can see the output of this program, which is hello world. Now another way of running this program is we can click on this terminal and then new terminal, and here we will move into the project folder. Right now I'm in C# learning, so I'm gonna say cd hello world, and then all I have to do is I have to type in .NET space run. If I do that, again this project will be built, and we will be able to see the output. Now again here, if you want to create the new project in this folder, you can use the terminal and you can specify it by typing the commands manually, or you can use this command palette method, which we have used in this particular video. So this is it guys for this particular video. Thank you for watching. If you like the video, hit the like button. If you don't like it, hit the dislike button. If you have anything to say, write that in the comment box. For more tutorials, subscribe to the channel.